Welcome to GrumpyMan's Reviews. Today we're looking at the new 2020 Swann wire-free 1080p home security camera. I picked this up from Amazon for £150. I'll leave a link in the description box below if you're interested. This does have a 600 mAh battery. However, Swann do not mention on their site or even on the Amazon listing how long that battery would last, but it depends on how much traffic there is. It can last from anything around 4 to 2 months. That's my experience. If you haven't been around my channel before, I have reviewed other wire-free cameras. Again, I will put a pop-up card if you want to watch them, or and I will also put a link in the description box below. But this does, however, work with a solar panel. So if you get the panel, then you don't need to worry about taking the camera back off and recharging it. Anyway, a quick look at the box. On this side, there's just some information about the app. So you could download it from Apple Store or the Google Play Store. And if you do have other Swann cameras, you could run them all off the one app, which is convenient. Some more information on this side. And then back here, of course, it's wire-free, true detect, heat, motion and person sensing for reliable alerts. So it picks up the heat from people and hot car engines. It will push a notification. 1080p HD CMO. It does have a 180-degree field of view. That's the reason I bought it, because it will cover a larger area, and it does work with the Google Assistant and Amazon Alexa. It does have free recording, 7 days of rolling cloud storage. Another feature that caught my eye on this camera, if your internet goes down, it will carry on recording and then back it up to the cloud later on, which is a really good feature. I've got other wire-free cameras and my internet went down. The cameras had gone as well. If I had this, it would have carried on recording and then back up to the cloud later on. Waterproof, of course, is, I think it's IP65, I think it is. And then two-way audio, speak to listen. And that's the contents of the box. Okay, let's get it open now. This is everything that was included inside the box. You get some paperwork, you get some stickers in loads of different languages, then the instruction manual, which is in different languages. It's really short, this instruction manual. You get a full size to micro USB charging cable. This camera does, however, run off a solar panel, so if you connect that, you don't need to worry about charging it again. You get some screws and some wall plugs to mount it. That there is the magnetic stand. There are two ways of attaching this camera. You can attach it using the 3M tape, and that would, of course, you'll just peel it off and put it on a smooth surface like wood, mirror or something, and it would fix on. Or if you want to use the actual bracket to mount it, just twist that, just open that, turn it anti-clockwise. That then is removed. You could see it's got the place there to put your screws in. That would go onto the wall or wood or wherever, and that would connect back on. And that magnetic stand would go at the back of the camera's magnetic stand. It's really strong. You can angle it either way you want. It's got the microphone there, 180 degrees field of view lens, night detection sensor there, LED indicators, speakers. Then it does have a passive infrared motion sensor. Looking at the bottom, QR code where I've got my thumb, and it's got the little thread there. If you don't want to mount it with the magnet, you can get the extra bracket. The camera does have good build quality, but you'd expect that from Swann, and it's got some Swann branding on both sides. It does have a bit of weight to it. At the back here, if you open that, that's where the micro USB port is. It's got this little thing around the magnet there, that rubber reset, and the link button there. Let's get the camera going. The first thing you need to do is download the Swann security app. Once you've downloaded that, you'll need to create an account with them. Follow the on-screen instructions to pair the camera up. Once you've created an account, it would bring you onto this section where it says pair device. But before you do that, make sure to charge the camera. It will bring a blue light there that will stay solid while it's charging, and when it goes off, it's fully charged. Let's push the pair button. It started blinking. Now if I go to pair, let's get started. Power the device, know your Wi-Fi network password and stuff. Actually, I don't think I'm on the 2.4 gigahertz on my Wi-Fi, so I need to go on to 2.4 gigahertz because this only works on the 2.4 gigahertz. So 1 second, let me just change my Wi-Fi settings. There we go, power the device. So let's get started. Scan device QR code. Okay. Location permission, okay. Allow someone to access your device location, yep. I just put this password in off camera. Oh no, it's asking please enter device name. Pairing on. Lights blinking. Next. Connect to hotspot. Swann security will now attempt to automatically connect to the camera's hotspot. Just give it a few seconds, hopefully. Fully paired up with the camera now. It did take a bit of time, but we got there in the end. You can see the image now of the pot. So if I just move my hand there, you can see the slight delay. If I click that, let's mute the audio. You could change the image as well, what you're viewing. It's even got the 1.1, the TikTok one. Okay, what we'll do is we'll have a look at the app first, and then I'll show you daytime and nighttime footage. Okay, let's have a look at the app then. Swann security. Device is on standby, please wait 5 to 10 seconds. And there we go. So if I start at the bottom, no events, playback, there's nothing there, but if I go on there, you could play back the events. That of course is the live play. The live play, if you click the square button, push to talk, the top that of course is the microphone. You could mute it or put it on. You could take a picture, start recording. You can see it's got a red box around it. Stop recording. If I press the gear cog, that will take me to this, but I want to go to that later on. I'll show you that in detail. Back to that. You could change the way you're viewing it as well. (16:9), that's the normal widescreen TV. 4.3, the olden days, and 1.1, I think that's the TikTok one. Then back to the start. And you could even pinch to zoom in. Back out of there. If I click the gear cog at the bottom, that's where he bought me before. Of course, the plus sign is to add a camera. These 3 dots here, we'll go on that later on. If I click on camera 2, it's a really basic app to use. Of course, name device and device status is on, battery, Wi-Fi SSID, and Wi-Fi signal, time zone, and camera settings. So if I click on that, here you can do the video quality, low, high or max. Of course, it depends on the strength of your internet. So if you've got good internet, you could view it on max or high. Or of course, if you don't have good internet, low. I've been having some internet issues. So the test footage that I'm going to show you, some of it may be flickering. That's not the camera's fault. That's my internet that were down. And the mode, you can mount it indoors as well or outdoors, and then mirror or flip if you mount it the other way around. And of course, the audio. If you make any changes, just hit the save button and it will save. Then motion settings, it has an I button there. If you push that, it gives you a tip to let you know what it would do. It's got facial recognition settings. You can add up to 10 people. If I to push that there, it just explains to you how to take the picture. That's a good feature, that. Check for updates. There are 2 updates available. I'll do them later on. Advanced settings. Here you could reboot it or factory reset or remove the device. And if you push on the technical details, that will of course tell you technical details about the camera. Back out of there. Now if I press them 3 there on the left hand side, profile name, notifications, playback. So these do the same thing as the ones at the bottom here. Profile, pair device. If you were to get a second camera, you could pair it through here. It's got your recordings there as well, user manual, about, Swann shop, support and sign now. And that's it. It's just a really basic app to use. Okay, let's look at some test footage now. There you go, you've seen the daytime footage and the nighttime footage. It does have really good quality, and the 180-degree lens does cover a lot. What I really like about this camera is the free cloud storage you get. The best thing I like about it is if your internet does go down, it carries on recording and then backs it up later on. Things I don't really like about it, the app is really slow. When you open it, as you've seen the devices on standby, it's waking up. It takes ages. It says wait 5 to 10 seconds, but sometimes it takes longer than that. The other thing, it's got no SD card. I guess you do get free cloud storage. Overall, would I recommend this camera? Not really, not for the price, because if you go on my channel, I've reviewed many wireless cameras that don't cost this much and do a better job. But then again, Swann is a well-known brand. You do get 2 years guarantee with this. If you just want to go with it because of the brand, and correct me if I'm wrong, as far as I know, this is the only wire-free camera that comes with a 180 degrees viewing angle, and it comes with the recording where if your internet goes down and it backs up to the cloud. If you do need them, I've left a link in the description box below. Knock yourself out. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you all in my next video.